guys, welcome to our second tutorial. So in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to insert data into MySql database. Okay, so let's get started. First, let's start our SQL server. Let's say MySql, search MySql. If you have it already, not MyQSL, MySql, then open Workbench. Okay, just open Workbench. So now what we're trying to do is just to create the database. We first have to create the database before we can connect to that database. Okay, so yeah, so this is our server. So inside our server we have to create this MySql database. So let's my password. Okay. Let us open this. So now let's create the database. Just hover over here, which is create new schema. And then let's say let's create a schema called Department of Electronic what. So let's just create this the schema there, or this database. Then we say configure. Okay, it doesn't allow us to make to use capital letters or to convert it to small letters, so that's fine. So but we know it's we have a database called these. Okay, so then you say apply, and then it has executed that. It has created a schema called this. If you come to our schemas, usually it will be on administration. Okay, so just click here and then you will see your schemas. So now inside our schema there's a subfolder called tables. So they right click and say create table. So these has our department has courses. Okay, okay, let's just students. Okay, just say students, and then from there we just say apply. So it's gonna create this. So let's also create the student has a first name, variable character. Let's just limit that name to 30 characters. I don't know why, but I'm choosing 30. I'm hoping there's no one with a longer name than there. So last name, variable character. Let's make it 30 as well. Okay, so yep, let's just execute this. Yeah, so it has executed. It says it has finished. So now it has created the table called students. Okay, so let's just, for the sake of testing whether it works or not, so in this table called student, let's just create a new table. So create table, not a table, but let's just insert data there. So we have to go to send to SQL editor, then you say insert statement. Okay, then it's going to generate this for you. But now here, that's where you have to put your the information that you want to put. So since we started with first name, let's say Chad, and then second name, let's say De Villiers. Okay, I don't know how this guy wrote his name, De Villiers, something like that. Okay, so yeah, like this. So it's like this. Okay, so let's press here, which execute this thing. Then it will execute, and then it will show you here the results, one row affected, and then we cool. So now let's just display this. Okay, let's just say select all from these, because this is the name of our table. These, which is the database dot, what is our table? Students. Okay, student. Then you just execute this statement here, and then it's gonna return the results, and we have Chad De Villiers. So it works, our database works. So now we have to go into doing this in Java. So let's go to Java. Let's create a new Java project. So this is a project, and then yeah, next what's the name of our project? Let's just say insert in MySql SQL insert MySql. Does it look good? Yeah, SQL insert. Okay, so okay, fine. Source SQL. Okay. But okay, I don't want to save this there at this location. I want to save it at there's this empty folder here, so I wanna save it there, right? But you don't have to do this. It's just that I wanna organize my stuff. Okay, finish. This guy is okay. Sorry. Okay. This is because I didn't choose. I will explain later. So here on module, it's just don't mind this for now. Okay, so you can even delete it. Okay, you don't care. So here on source code, just say new class. Then let's call this class insert. Okay, and we need it to have a main method there because it will be the only class that we have now. So before we go for, let's import a library called the name of the library is called java.sql. Okay, and then this package has we want all the classes in that package. So now since we have this, what else now? Okay, another thing is that as I've explained in the previous video, the use of static and not static. Okay, so we need there are some few things that we need to get done before we go for. So let's first define those things. So we need to define the URL to our database. Okay, so let's say URL, but you can name it anything. Oh, sorry, string, static string URL equal okay, how do you get this the URL? Okay, you say Java database connector, then which database is it? It is a MySql, okay, and where is this? Okay, which server is hosting this? It's a localhost. And that host is listening at port 3306. Okay, but this is where it might be different depending on how you configured your MySql. So how do you see that? You're gonna come to your home, right? And then you're gonna see that there's localhost 3306. So if it's a different number, then you're gonna have to put that number. So it's 336. And which database do you want to connect to? The database we created is called these. Okay, so we want to connect to a database called these. So now we also want to another thing is, what is the username? The username to the database. Okay, it's username. Let's call it. Let's call it. But then the username is what? Is the root. Yeah, you got it. Okay, this is the default. If you change it, then you'll have to use the one you changed. So we have static string password. This is the password to your MySql. Okay, so mine here is this one. Another thing is we need let's just say get the query itself. Okay, so SQL equal SQL, let's say we're gonna insert, so insert into what is the name of what database again? Just these dot students values. Let's enter let's say Cabello. Forgot this guy's name. Let's say Tonka. Okay, insert into each student values. Okay, there. So this becomes our SQL statement. Okay, then we're gonna have to hold to the database. So now we have this four attributes. Okay, URL, username, password, and SQL. Another thing is we have to get the drivers for this. There's a class called the driver, which implements which is implemented by the driver, which implements the driver interface. Okay, so let's just say static, but this one you don't have to put it there, it's fine like that. So let's just get to the code. So let's remove the stuff. How do you begin then? Okay, we begin by saying let's get the class, the driver class. Okay, so we're gonna say class dot get name. You see, I mean not get name, but you see there's a for name here which needs a string, right? The name of the class, and then this for name, it will return an object, okay, of that class. So which class do we want to hold here? The package is called com.sql, if I remember well, com.sql java database connector driver. So this is the class that we want to import. Okay, what is it saying? So okay, because when you are importing, or when you are, how can I say it, when you want to create an object of this class, what if this class doesn't exist? What must the program do? So that's why there's an error now, so we must put it, an exception for this. Okay, so we can just hover over this to handle that exception and then add it. So you see now it has added this class not found exception. Okay, so we did that. Okay, it's fine. So what else do we want now? There's a class called connection. Okay, we want to make that connection. So but that connection we have to get it via a class called driver manager. Okay, driver manager. Okay, we have to get it via driver. So we can get URL. So this one will return a connection. That's why we have the base class as a connection. Okay, so we want to pass what on this string. We want to pass the URL, but the one that we want to use is the one that we want to pass the URL, the username, and the password. Okay, so let's just double click on that. So URL, we named it URL, so we don't have to change. This is our URL. What is our username? We said username, so just have to change there. Say name. Okay, username. And then our password, I said P word, so we just have to remove just this, and then P word. And then you close the statement, then you're good to go. So now, when you are connecting to a database, it is also prone to exceptions. So we have to handle those exceptions. Okay, so we have to handle an exception for, it's called what? I think it's called. Okay, let's just. Okay, it's fine. As I said earlier on, that it's best to just let the browser handle for you the exception. So I double click, then it added SQL exception. Okay, so that we can handle those exceptions. So now, since we have the connection to the database, what must we do? We we must prepare, not related to prepare statement, but then we must create a statement. Okay, so we must make an object of a statement. Just say let's just name it stmt. It's not a must. Statement st. How do we create an object of this statement? Okay, so you can say this dot, because we are creating a statement for this connection, so we have to get there's a method that returns a statement in the connection class. Okay, so we're gonna say connection dot get statement. Okay, it's the get statement. I don't know if I spelled it right. Oh, it's not get statement, it's create statement, I think. Create statement. Okay, yeah. I'm used to the access, so let me take this now. Create statement. Okay. Now, since we have created this statement, so let's see what methods are available to our statement. Okay, statement dot. You see, it's either we execute the statement by passing the SQL, our SQL query or our SQL statement. Okay, so it's either we do this, or you see most we have a lot of execute and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of methods that you can use, but for now let's use execute. Okay, which only needs an SQL statement. Okay, so we're gonna go do that and then put our SQL statement there, and then it's gonna return true or false as we have seen there. So it's gonna say did it execute or it did not execute. Okay, so yeah, it's fine like that. And then when we're done with this, let's just say now system dot out dot print line. Just use print. Just send the string here. We just say your works. Okay. And then if we left something. Okay, so yeah. So now this, you see, this is in a package called com, and it's not like it doesn't come with the Java itself, but you have to get it from somewhere. So where do you get this? You get it, it comes with your MySQL. So if you can go to your MySQL where you installed your MySQL program files, and then say Java, and then in MySQL. Okay, another thing is, I'll explain it later. So you're gonna say connector.j 8.0. We don't need the .NET 8.0. This one is for C# developers. If you wanted to connect to those libraries, they call them namespaces in C#. So this is the MySQL connector that you have to add to Eclipse. Okay, so how do you do that? You go to your project name, and then right click and say build path, and say add external archives. Okay, and then you locate that as we did, as I showed you, program files, MySQL, JConnect, and then you click on that and say open. Then it's gonna be referenced, as you can see. Okay, but okay, yes, this one. Okay, this, forget this, is another. Okay, this is the project we're working on now. So we're having this project. Okay, what's left? Let's just see what errors we're gonna get. Let's just run it. Java application class com.sql.jdb, the driver is not found. Okay, so this means that our MySQL connector.jar is not how can I say it, it is not found. Okay, they didn't find this class called driver here. The compiler didn't find that. So let's, what can we do? You see, when I'm trying to see what is the name. We have com.mysql.cj. okay, .cj.jdbc, okay, and then jdbc.driver.class. It's here, but let's see what we did wrong. Driver com.mysql. okay, it's mysql, not sql. Okay, mysql, sorry for that. Run java. Okay, it's saying load class, this duplicate the new classes there and there and whatever. Okay, no suitable driver found for JDBC, MySql, localhost, this. Okay, now let's see SQL driver get connection. Okay, this is where the error is now. No suitable driver. Okay, there's the driver class. It's fine, that's not ours. So the problem now is that no suitable driver found for JDBC, MySql, localhost 33, and this. Okay, what does that mean? JDBC. Okay, let me quickly confirm this. Let me quickly confirm whether I don't think you're on my, I deleted the localhost 3306 GDP. Oh, okay, yep, I knew it. So here I have to put this as well. Okay, yeah, let's try it one more time. It's deprecated. Okay, this message has nothing to do with us. Okay, it's because now the drivers were updated, and then we're still using the old one, so it does that automatically for us. It gives us the new register, so you can see it works. So let's just go and confirm whether it does work or not. Okay, so let's go here and execute the statement again. Okay, so select all from this. Let's execute the statement again. So now we have Kabelo Tonka. So our Java application is executed there. So thank you. In the following video, I'll show you how to, because now it can insert, right? So now I'm gonna be showing you how to incorporate this using with what do you call this again? Servlets. Okay. Thank you.